Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 439. Let's see how we go today.
Hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love. I'm hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Dark side. Let the fate control your body. So it was written. Come follow me, yeah.
I'm searching,
I'm loving, I'm
finding love. Hey, and welcome back. Good to be back. As soon as you get some CPU. What's the volume low? Is it normal? Hello, hello. Which way's louder? Oh, that's quieter. I'm just turning the knob on the headset. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Volume seems lower than normal. Why is that? Maybe I have to put the mic closer. I don't know. Hopefully it's coming out alright. I might have to turn up your end. Okay. Still using my avatar, but I still like Mr. Grey. Mr. Grey's a wee bit faster because it's got a simpler mouth. But we'll see how it goes. Still yet to do more improvements. Code and graphics. Yes, so the subs are going up really slowly lately. As you can see that BitChute has sort of come to a crawl, which is very strange. I thought there was more Reddit type minds out there that like the truth over fantasy or validating your worldview of things, like the earth is flat or whatever. Which I'm going to have to cover on the next live. I'm going to go over space station and space bubbles and all that sort of nonsense that's out there. Dubai has sort of damaged sort of brains, especially in UK, on that. It's amazing how stupid people are today. It's just scary to think that they go to court as jurors and they vote for the government that we got in. So yeah, if they can't even determine what is lies online, makes you wonder. But yes, there's certainly a lot of lies in ufology, but a lot of it comes from YouTube channels, not just the government. The government lies, of course, but there's a lot more lies online, mainstream media. So yeah, so I've been watching some shows, UFO shows, and it's amazing how much has been validated that I talked about in the past. So we'll go over that today and have a look at any other stuff that's out there for today. I haven't been too well the last few days, and of course today is normally the sickness day, the day after taking the pills. So I was a wee bit quick in the morning, but it takes a few hours to come right again. Sometimes it's ongoing. It recycles back as comes and goes. It's a bit hard to explain it, but yeah. So we should just get on with the topic here. But right, I haven't even got my donation thing up. The goal. I'll just put that up. Is that the one? No. That one. Minimize. Wait, minimize it. Yeah, the goal hasn't gone up. The cookie jar hasn't gone up. The little coins need to go in there. So we only got a $3.50 tip from Jasper last time, and that's where it sort of stayed. As I said, a lot of these companies, not unlike Patreon that pays it out every month, they hold it, especially Google, hold it to $100 and some hold it to $150. So if people are not putting extra coins in there every time you're on a live show, that money just gets held up, and it could be sitting there for years if you haven't got regular donations. So yeah, Subscribestar is one, and Google's another one that do that. Patreon's the only one that pays out as you go. Although I don't like Patreon, they're very dodgy. And I don't like trusting PayPal because they can lock up your account as well. I have got Bitcoins now. Here we go. Tickle in the throat. So yeah, it's complicated to survive online. To survive nowadays anyway. We're still in lockdown in New Zealand. Can't even have my party. It got killed just before. I'm really annoyed about it. So the government owes me a party. Party. So yeah, kind of like the idea of parties because people bring you gifts. And right now I'm out of booze. I know my mates will always bring me booze, bourbon or something. But yeah, money is the problem. I don't have money to waste on booze. Well, it would be good to have some booze sometimes. I drink once a month. How's it going, Jerry? Yep. So yeah, I got a bit covered again. But yeah, if you want to donate, Subscribestar as low as $2 per month. I need $40 the US before they'll pay out the money. And then I got the money for paying the bills. So yeah, other channels just have money thrown at them and they don't have to worry about it. Me, I struggle, but that's the way things go. So what's the first topic today? John E Mack. I remember a while ago that someone told me that he was the only person that died that particular day, and of course this conspiracy went from there. How many John Macks died the same day? Was it like making sure that they didn't get the wrong one? And is there any truth to it? So that's what I was doing before the show. I was trying to cut down some of the research to see if I could actually find the information using online tools. Because that's what we do here. We actually fact check and do research. We just don't take a word of a documentary that there was no other John Macks killed that particular day. So yeah, let's find out about him. Here's the famous guy that's doing research into alien abductions. The most credible person, Harvard. And he was born in 1929 and died September 27th, 2004 in UK by crossing the road and getting hit by a drunk driver. Apparently he was thinking he was in America, not UK, which I find very strange for a doctor to not look both ways. I don't know about you, but I always look both ways. Regardless of what country you're in. So yeah, I just find it a wee bit strange. He was 74, so I don't know if he was going dementia or not. It's getting up there where they start getting brain loss. But yeah, so let's see. So first of all, what I did is, how can I search his death? Not so easy, is it? And also, if my audio crackles or anything strange happens, like low volume, let me know in the side chat, because I won't be monitoring it all the time. It's amazing how many people don't notice a click sound or crackle sound when we've had it in the past, and the whole episode got ruined. And it only takes me a couple of seconds to reset. It's a known Windows 10 bug that shows up sometimes, especially if your CPU is maxed out, which is what I've been getting. So yeah. Anyway, so death search UK. So I started here first, right? And I thought, oh yeah, first one straight up, search, find my past. Now I know a lot of these tools are not free. Research your family history. Here we go, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, you know, it's all going to come at me. Why am I sneezing? Because it's hay fever season now, it's summer here. So yeah, they have all these nice forms that come up and you can enter all the details. But I've already tried this one. It says you have to pay. We found so many people, but if you want to watch them or read the details, you're going to have to pay. So that one's no good. Looks a nice site. Research your family history. Government. Deaths and marriages. And you think, oh yeah, UFO government will be nice and free, surely. No, it's complicated searching. I think it'll probably go to the same places I found already. So you go through all these pages to find that none of them actually work. So you can get certificates, but you got to pay. I just want a simple search thing. A global database. And you got this one, free births, marriages and deaths homepage. That sounds really good. And I tried this one first, but I forgot to read. The database is not complete. Of course, it's not really obvious here. So, really bad layout. Death started in 1837. Database was last updated. Oh, right, August 2021. You think, oh, right, that's good. But you find out the database only goes to 1992. And it's not saying it here anywhere. I'm not sure where the page was now. You find out the hard way. You do a search to start with. Okay, so let's search on John Mack. Deaths, surname Mack, first name John, because we want to know how many Johns died. Death, age, date of birth. We don't want to put anything like that in. Exact match. What else we got to tick? How about the year that he died? Death, age. Date range. Here we go. So we want to go for September. Well, actually, we'll just leave that blank. Just go find. Just see how many it finds of John Macks. And just does it the total. Search in UK. Why has my mouse suddenly stopped? CPU, gone. Okay, so it's come up with a whole lot of dates, right? We know it started in 1837. And there's a John Mack in 1838 in UK. And it goes for all the years. So it goes, oh, that's good. And we're definitely going to find this nice format, nice, easy. Puts them all together. Here's a John E Mack here. Look, 1866. Who would have thought, huh? So we keep going through here. Get up to 2000, and you think 1927. I think that's up to 95. Suddenly stops. 54. Man, it's quite a few John Macks. So yeah, if you want to find your family history and it comes from UK. 1988, so yeah, just stops a wee bit shy because we wanted to go to 2004 is when he died, because we see that on the wiki page here, which was a Monday. So yeah, bit of a shame. I kind of liked the layout. It was simple, it seemed to be fast. So that was a no-go. And all the other ones are paid. But cut this long story short, for a few hours of searching. Not sure if it's listed here at all. I'm not seeing it. Oh, here it is. I found this site here called Family Search. I think it is. I've put an index on my page now for it. Down here. There's one of my tools. So don't forget about it. And that reckons that goes to 2007 at the moment. So that sounds bang on. I wonder why it takes a long time. Hey Justine, how's it going? What are we looking at? We're looking at UFO stuff. John Mack at the moment. So this is how we do research. This is how we fact check. We don't have 10-minute episodes and rely on the person telling you that there's only one John Mack that died that day. So let's find out for our own self. So let's search on this one. Now it's the same one. It says familysearch.org. What was the other one? Is it the same one? Yes, it is. But what I've done is automatically put it to search on John Mack instead of go through all this again. Entering all that sort of stuff. But the problem is with this one, the layout is not nice. Not as nice anyway. And it doesn't allow you to specify a month, which is kind of strange. You can only put a year in, and it doesn't sort it in the month order, so it's all over the place. At least I don't know if there's a way to change that to events. See, there's no separate date thing here. Like, you can't say sort by date. But it's free, you know, unless you want to play for the other ones. Filter by conditions, let's see if that works. England, Wales. So we could cut out all the other countries to start with. So there's 6,000 records in UK for 2004 for John Mack. Surely not. I know, it says here 1837. So there was 6,100 John Macks in UK. And roughly 6,000 California. So that's kind of a good breakdown there, isn't it? And then it breaks up into different years. 1920. Migration. Military. So yeah, it's pretty handy. But it's run by these guys here. It's run by Jesus Christ, the Church of Him. I wonder if it's paying the bills. Since this is free, obviously it's going to use a wee bit of bandwidth. So yeah, let's just go through the list. Although we're talking about 12,000 results, aren't we? No, 32. Is it 32? Oh. Where's it gone? Alright, records. Does it tell us how many? Right, 58,000. So maybe you have to reduce it a bit, as we're going to spend a lot of time going through here. But if we go down here, we know he died in September 2004. John H. Mack, November 2004. John V. Mack, John E. Mack, 27th of September, Cambridge, Middlesex. There you go, death. 4th of October, 1929. Was that the day he was born? October the 4th, 1929. So that's got to be him. And he was only just down on the first page here. Johnny Mack. So there's any other ones for September? John. I wonder how many John E's there are. But we're really looking for how many John Macks got killed on the same day. Or died on the same day, I should say. Day before, 26th of September, which is not in UK, but still, wee bit younger, John M. Mack. So that guy there was 10 years younger. Died almost on the same day, but slightly different country. One in UK, one in USA. Hey Dan, how's it going? What's this? Stand in the house, yeah. So we're doing some real research. UFO channel doing real research. So we want to confirm whether John Mack was the only one that died that day, or whether there was an assassination attempt and they just took out anyone that was called John Mack. And already we found there's the one day before, but you got to then allow for daylight savings, and that probably was on the same day. 26 USA probably would be 27 UK time. Just keep on going. So there's two there, although they're not in England, in the same location. Because on a TV show called Showtime UFOs, the New York Times reporter said he searched and didn't find any other people that died on the same day with the same name. Well, already we've found one. That's a possible, given daylight savings. So, how do we sort this better? I don't know, but let's just keep on going. John R. Mack, February 2004. Lawrence, July. John Mack, Bloomfield. Doesn't say what day it was here. Sounds like it's a baby, doesn't it? That principal, that's the year they were born, wasn't it? Principal, yeah. It says birth there. Oh no, death. It's got death there. February, okay. So it's not that one. Alright. John Edward Mack, 4th of October. Yeah, that's him. And it's now listed where? Find a grave index. So it looks like it's come from another website. So that must mean they got duplicates. Burial 2004, that's him. John M. Mack. There's that John Mack, M. Mack again. 10 years younger. Died 26. Pennsylvania, United States. So that's the second one that matches. It's very similar. John J. Mack, September, but a few weeks off. And it's almost the same year, right? That he was born, 1930. How about that? Two John Macks die almost in the same month. Same age almost. So would you class that one as a possible third one that got knocked out by mistake? By a Men in Black hit job? John A. Mack. This one's a wee bit older, 23, died in August, so that's a month before. So it's quite good going through all these, I think. That's quite interesting. See how many John Macks there are in the world that sort of died roughly around about the same period. And what's good about this family search one is searches worldwide, with the other ones only limited to UK. So yeah, so far it's been a fairly handy little tool. Should be able to search other people too, I think. Your own family even. So we got John P. Mack, December here. Dr. John B. Mack III. What year was it? He was born 29. This is born 35. And he died December and was buried in January. That took a wee while, didn't it? So that one's not close. 25 September. 2006. That's was that one even in there? Researched on 2004. That doesn't make any sense. That's got to be a glitch in the database, surely. How is life over there in... Oh, you got JD on the side. That's a rare one to see JD. Good to see you here, guys. Anyway, giving support. Even though none of you got any money to help fund the channel. JD's like me. We're locked down in our own city here. We can't even meet up for a party. So yeah, it's going to take a wee while to go through this if you want to go manually through all these ones. But yeah, starting to see that there are some that could be matched up to misidentity. It's died the same month, 1930. Dr. John Mack. That's got to be the same one, isn't it? T. Lawrence, he was a big Lawrence of Arabia fan, wasn't he? I reckon his death was on the 3rd of October, so isn't that a bit strange? And that was taken from Washington, was it? Washington Post, is it? So that's totally wrong. He died on the 27th of September. So you can say that's a conspiracy right there, couldn't you? Maybe he didn't die on the 27th. He actually was kept alive for a wee bit longer. Okay. John V. Mack. Here's another one. Mr. Times, John E. Mack. I suppose that's New York Times this time instead of New York Post. T. Lawrence Other. Really weird. I'm not sure how they entered this information, but it's got the right birth year and death here, 27th. What's this one? John Reynold Mack. No. And February. That one's not close. What's this one? 1952 May. No, we're looking for September down here. September, December 1920. That one's close. John A. Mack. Another John E. Mack. They reckon he died on the 29th of September this time. And yeah, it looks like it's from another website, Geology Bank. So their information's wrong. September the 29th, John E. Mack again. And another record from the same place we just looked at. That's kind of weird. And John Mack Sr. 29th. 2009. So it's not that one. 29th. February, no. December. So we've gone through 3 pages. We'll be here all day. So, here's another John Mack. Head. Again, it's from that Geology Bank. It's definitely him again. So he's got 3 entries in that database, which is kind of strange. September, John Reggie. So I think we're going to have to try and narrow it down. So what are options we got here? Once year, yeah. or month. So this is where you can spend hours at this stuff, especially. What's that doing? No. We could limit to UK. See how many in UK, I suppose. Unselected. Military. Other. What's other? Probate. But there's no thing to limit the month. So how come the filter's not working? Filter these results. Okay, you gotta click on that button, I guess. Alright, 6,000 now, it's not too bad. 1 to 20 pages. And that's 10 there. That's still pretty bad though. Now we need to narrow it down to September, if there's any. But it's gone and changed the year number, hasn't it? This is kind of crazy. So that's not working very well. Let's try search records. Okay, I don't think there was any option. For month. Date of birth. That's not what we're after. Subregion. Search for relationship restricted by records or type. That's no good. First, last name, Def. John. Mack. Search with. I want Def. Def. Birthplace, birth year, death place, death year. And you can only put a year number in. I don't think we can put anything else in, can we? No, it doesn't like it. September 9. No, it doesn't. Only does enter 4 characters. I wonder if we can frigate. What if we put September? Probably crash the database. September 2004. Instead of 2 from. Okay, search, see what happens. And it's the end of this guy. And I don't think it went. Yeah, here we go. Years must contain series 9. Damn it. What else can we try? Like, we need a keyword, really. Other person, country. Like, you want to put in September as a keyword. Maybe. Birthplace, death place. What if we put September in? And there's got to be a way to trick it. I was thinking about it. 4 results. Hey, okay, what have we got popping up here? It's evening over here. Jasper. Yes, Jasper's the only one that donated so far. Dan, see you later. I'll catch you on another. Alright, 5 in the morning. Germany. Yeah, I don't know what the best time to do a show is. I could do it late in my time. Night time. I'll probably do some late night ones, and then it'll suit other people. So it gave us 4 results, so I did something to the database anyway. But I don't see 2004 listed anywhere here, so it's kind of strange. Johnny Musk, Principal, Germany. Can't even see Johnny Mack there at all now. So that didn't work very well, did it? September. They did put September in, so it's actually connecting it to a place name, isn't it? So that didn't work too well. Where's the search page again? Search by location. Find a collection. Yeah. It's lost to our settings. Search for a live event. A life event. Any. Yeah. Kind of strange that they don't have month. So, yeah. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, as they say. You'd have to spend hours going through all those 6,000 probably. That's just on UK. And then we've got another 6,000 for USA, and see how many died on September. If you can just copy what I've got here and give it a go yourselves and see if you can find any and get back to me. Help out with the research if you want to do that. Death 2004. We wasted 40 minutes on this, have we? This goes to show how much time flies past when you're doing this stuff. Search your relationship, restrict records by death. Batch name type. Death. There's not really much we can do. Oh. And you could put a country in. Other, what's that give us? No, that's right. Match all items exactly. We could try that. Might limit it. What else? That's it. That's the only fields we got. They're stupid. Where's the date for the month? Birthplace. So that's no good. Not for what we want to do anyway. Search. There we go. It's limited. We got down to 110 results now. Let's see if that's any better. John Mack, Principal, California. That's not his death though. 2010. How's that restriction our search results to exactly to 2004? That makes no sense whatsoever. Frustrating. 2011, 2004. There's one here. May. I'll just go through them anyway. February, January, nope. John Mack, March, nope. August, it's getting closer. About 2008. So this is all totally wrong. There's no 2004 here. 2005. I think when I was doing that first research, that first page, that was probably the only way to do it, is to manually go from. At least that gave us the correct 2004. So yeah, there's not much I can do on that one to verify it, apart from hours and hours of work. But at least we got to start on it. We did find two, 10-year difference, so different locations that died the same day almost, give or take daylight savings. So yeah, maybe there's more out there. So yeah, might have to spend another time on the rest of it. But yeah, you could probably put a search in. How many John Macks died September 2004? And has anyone else asked that question? And what you get is, did you mean? And it's come up with all John Mack stuff. Mack was killed by a drunken driver. And it's all on John Mack. Potts winner was killed in accident. There's that date. Remember the date in the other program? It said the 29th of September. That's where you got the date wrong. And I bet this one's the Boston paper. So there you go. Boston Globe, I mean. So that's where all the misinformation can come from. And you remember the other one said he died in October. And that's probably where they got that time from. LA Times. But it hasn't answered our question, has it? So it's not going to be that easy. You need like that FBI supercomputer with the search engine, where you could type that in and it knows what you mean and it brings you the exact search results that you're after. You think Google would be able to do that? But nope. Let's try that in quotes. No, did you mean? Yep. So it's giving us the same sort of results. Useless. Frustrating. Anyway, we'll move on. At least we tried. I think probably the only YouTube channel that's done it actually tried to verify that information. But we couldn't even get any results there from conspiracy pages that were saying it. Anyway, I need to go to a folder now. So I did some screen snapshots from episode 3 of Showtime UFO, 4-part documentary. So let's just go through it for critical review. And the first item up is they had Richard Dotty on, who was the guy that sort of drove Paul Bennewitz crazy. Now, I'm not too sure what this picture's of, but it's on the show. Charged ship under repair on ledge. On the ledge, let's see, 2 miles from atomic ship crash site. Sources visible on ledge above site. So let's see if we can see that. Now I think that's probably one that he's referring to there, but what's this thing here? What's the taking a photograph from a plane? What's that there? Is that like a float on a plane? Not a good photograph, is it? Anyway, there's a second half to it, and that's the top half. There's the float here. So, can we see all the flying saucers, guys? To me, this looks like it's going to be one of those irrigation ponds, right? If that's claiming to be a flying saucer, it's not really well defined. And it kind of looks like one of those algae ponds in the desert, where they sort of pump it up from a well into a lined circular shape, and then animals can drink from it. Looks like a smiley face there to me. UFO? Who said UFO? So where's all these UFOs? There. Bluefo. So that was on the TV show, and Richard Doty was saying this is a real picture of a UFO. And if he's saying that is, that means he's certainly disinformation then, in that case. So you can only trust a wee bit of what he says. As he said on the interview, he mixes in some truth with some disinformation. So, next slide. Here he is. But how can I have faith in what you're telling me? A look of a government disinformation agent. I think there's no picture of him here. If I know that you lied to poor Bennewitz. And he's saying, I didn't lie. He's got a kind of smirk on his face, right? A wee bit like Blake Cousins. He doesn't look like a man you could trust, just looking at him anyway. Anyway, he tells the story, which may be a wee bit of the truth. Like I said, he mixed in some truth with some disinformation, because they don't want people like Paul Bennewitz lived next door to the Air Force Base, and he took pictures of stuff that was flying around and saw a laser beam. And one of it is a top secret thing to blind Russian satellites. So as you know, they do have satellites that can orbit and move around, and it's a bit hard to get rid of them. But they can actually spy over your country from space. So they had this little emanation of so-called spy satellites. And they showed you that there was a green laser, powerful green laser from the ground that fired upwards into the sky and sort of blinded the satellites like that, which makes perfect sense to me. So if you remember back to Ben Hansens TV show when he was talking with his dad, they were saying they were sitting out on a balcony when they overlooked the Air Force Base as well. I'm not sure if it's the same one actually. It might be the same one. And they saw this laser beam being fired off from the ground. So to me that sort of rings some truth there. Makes sense that they'd fire a laser beam at a spy satellite to try and bust it, if not blind it, right? Shoot it down. But as you know, laser beams tend to disperse as they go through the atmosphere, right? They're not always going to stay in a straight line. So that is the problem. But yeah, that all made sense. That thing coming out of his mouth anyway, about the lasers. I'm not sure what episode it was on that I talked about Ben's show, but you probably could find it again. And I took some pictures from the TV show then as well. Let's see. Hansen. Is that how you spell his name? Kakura Lights. Nope. Sunday. Could be that one. No. That's with Roberts. Ground-based laser. Here we go. 367. So it must be in that one. Let's see if we can find the images. Was it on widescreen? We've got index here, so it should make it a bit easier. Let's see. Expedition, here we go. Ben Hansen. Doesn't that make it easy? Just click on there. If all my videos had chapters, it would make it a lot easier. And pranked. So let's see. Ben Hansen. Have we got pictures coming up? Yep. I think that was his granddad. And they were talking about Can't remember which Air Force base it was now. But I say all of them would have a ground-based laser to blind spy satellites coming over. This is Dad. Have we got some pictures of it or not? Come on, I know I did do some. Where if I can pin it in the episode. Apparently Ben Hansen's dad or granddad may have gone to investigate the Kecksburg crash UFO. And there was talk about alien bodies. So they're in Utah. So Utah Air Force Base, is it? What's that? Dougway. So they saw a laser beam fired for Dougway. And the TV show, I don't think it was Dougway, but they didn't say. So it could easily be Dougway, because it looked like it was in the desert. Alright, here's the laser. So that's what they saw. They saw a red laser being fired, I think. And this is a picture of someone taking a picture of the laser out in the desert. So this sort of matches up that the ground-based lasers they've got. But the thing is, was it Ben Hansen or was it this guy said that there was firing a laser at a cigar UFO, which doesn't match Dotty's story there. So apart from lasers being real at Air Force bases, what were they firing it at? Spy satellites or UFOs? Makes sense to fire at anything that wasn't allowed in the airspace, doesn't it? If a plane flew over, fire it down with a laser. So that kind of makes a bit of sense here. I think there's some more pictures here. That was the Pascagoula guy. And that was overlooking the base from the hill, Dougway. So they probably would have seen the laser being fired. Anyway, go and check it out if you've not seen the episode. It sort of matches up what was said in the Showtime, is what I'm saying. That may be confirmed now. They did have lasers. So, Showtime. Laser. Similar to the Hansen show claims. See, I'm not always debunking. We're confirming this time. We're confirming the stories. This may not be black and white, but there's certainly a grey area where there's some truth. Spelt Showtime wrong, damn it. What have we got? Jasper, I thought you were going to bed. If there's something non-debunkable, I'm sure out there will happily cover it. Going to hit this straw. Okay, see you later. Thanks for joining us anyway. Yeah, so go and check out that old episode. We'll carry on. I know, time's flying, isn't it? Okay, next frame. That's Paul Bennewitz. Why is it not zooming in? Wearing sunglasses, so you can't see his eyes. He kind of looks like Goofon to me. Kind of like a frail old man. You could snap in half. Yeah, I can see why he broke down. You can see it in his face, really, can't you? He kind of looks not a really happy man, even with the sunglasses on. But this is the next thing. Stealth blimps. You know, remember I was covering stealth blimps quite a bit. And I said that there's no reason why they can't go hypersonic if they're designed right. Well, we got some evidence here that backs up what I found. Balloon operations. So here's some of the designs that they're working on in Black Ops, I guess. They have been declassified. So we got the blimp here, and you can see that these back fins are quite big compared to the body of the blimp. But this is the one that this engineer, which is coming up, I'll show a picture of him, claims to be the Phoenix Lights. And they had like two type of cylinders, and then they had like a control flap in between. Now these airships lighter than air could go hypersonic, supersonic and subsonic. And this sounds to me what Art Bell saw pass over his car silently in Area 51. And he says the highest speed they had back then was Mach 9.5. I suppose that's supersonic, isn't it? What is supersonic? Mach 5 and above, isn't it? Let's just check that out again. What is supersonic speed? Okay, it might be Mach 10 or 11, is it? Supersonic speed of an object that exceeds the speed of sound. Is that supersonic? Oh yeah, that's supersonic. It's a Mach. What's hypersonic? We want hypersonic. What I'm talking about. So what's supersonic go up to? Mach 10? It doesn't give us a range. But the thing is, how'd they get round the sonic boom noise? Maybe that's some of the boom noises they hear over America. Mind you, if they're silent, they could certainly get to a great altitude very quickly and then go supersonic. And you wouldn't hear the boom sound. Oh, here we go. Speeds greater than 5 times the speed of sound, Mach 5, are often referred to as hypersonic. And here they're saying these balloons on this TV show could go up to 9.5. And that's back in the 1950s. So this is the triangle craft that you're seeing, according to him. And he said they can go up to 300,000 feet. So how come they've never been seen by rocket launchers and all that? So it must be well organized. So 300,000 feet, that's the edge of space, isn't it? What is 300,000 feet. And 94. No, that's that's not what I said. Is that a dot? So that's 10 times higher than most jet airliners, anyway. 94 kilometers. Wind space, isn't it? Isn't it 100 kilometers is classed to be edge of space? So it's not far off there, edge of space. What is edge of space? Edge of space. I think it's 100 kilometers. Straight up. Kármán line, mostly accepted boundary of space. 100 kilometers, there you go. See, my memory's not gone yet. 100 kilometers above main sea level. So that balloon that they're working on, Black Ops, is way up there. So how come they can't see it? I reckon it's got cloaking technology, right? As I said in my older streams, a canvas would be ideal to have a bank of LED lights, and you could just project any image you want to, like a big screen, right? In fact, canvas LED. Let's see if there's anything out there that matches that. That's a brand. Material, flexible, canvas. So what would you say? Material, flexible. There has to be a way in doing it. Flexible. See, the problem with LCD screens and laptops is they have actually a fluoro tube in the back. They're backlit, but there's no reason why they can't have fluoro tubes even under the canvas that sort of illuminates it. But at 300,000 feet though, how much light would be up there anyway? Flexible LCD screen, let's see what comes up. Here we go. Flex enables glass-free organic LCD. Okay, let's have a look at that one. And there you go. Is that going to be the future of our cell phones? You fold it up like a wallet and stick it in your pocket. That's a good idea actually, because it's damn bulky, isn't it? Especially if it's like bendy. So here's the next thing coming, guys, and already the US government are using it on their stealth blimps. 90% are made with glass that cannot meet the comfortability, thinness and robustness required. Very true. OLCD is a plastic display technology with full color. And I'm pretty sure that's what you're using nowadays. Organic LCDs. It's been around for a while, I think. What else they got here? Now there was some talk where you could have like you know, like Wonder Woman has a what do you call it? A wrist bracelet. There's no reason why that couldn't be like a flexible LCD screen that you talk to, and it also could have a projection, holographic projection of a keyboard. And it could, using radar, using microwave radar and a chip, actually know where your fingers are. All that technology is possible now. 6-inch flexible screens. There you go, look, that's what I was talking about. There's actually a picture of it. Wonder Woman. Just spin it around on your wrist. You got your date, you got your icons. A credit card, well, like a wallet. That would get rid of glare as well, wouldn't it? If it's slightly bent. There you go. New flexible. Looks pretty damn clean. If it's, look how bright it is. Pretty bright. That's a good question. That's because the US military owns it all. Why don't we have it? Let's have a look at that one. The amount of times I've dropped my phone on the floor though. There's a dedicated Wikipedia article states flexible displays have been around for years. Already in 2013, Samsung Galaxy Round was unveiled as the world's first mobile phone. Flexible display. The phone and screen were curved in a shape, but its phone itself was solid. Well, it's got a bit better now. Now they can put all the chip inside the flexible stuff. It's only going to get better. I wonder why they didn't release it then. That's kind of weird. It is weird. Mandibles displays 2017. But what I'm saying is, if you can do that, you're going to be able to put it on a blimp, right? So anyway, edge of space. Just carry on here. Okay, here's one design, he said, which he believes was the Phoenix Lights one, which they covered up with a flares drop. And it had lights every certain distance. So yeah, what's the front of it look like? They're pretty general. They haven't given us any information, but basically it could join up on a floating mothership on the edge of space here. So whereabouts is this mothership? So this is not aliens, this is humans. Would make sense that you connect it with the head on a sort of like a hexagonal connection point, and that would be lifted up with these helium tubes which you could cloak. So it makes sense that this would fly between these tubes here that holds up the station and connects into there. And here's another angle of it here. And you're saying they've got powerful engines that run off electricity, batteries or whatever, that zooms it along really fast at hypersonic speeds, Mach 5 upwards. Now, this is one of these public ones that are well known. You can see how big it is. He said this is a similar idea that the military are already using. So I'm not sure if this was a commercial idea that came out, but they put it on the episode anyway. And here's some old footage they said was one of these blimps. So it's not the same as this one here, but very similar. You can see they've got a walkway here, people, washed out colour. You can see it's got portholes here. So obviously, how's the helium work in this? Obviously it's got little internal bags of helium that fill up, and the rest of it is actually cabin space. And there's your 5 stories high. Look how big it is. And he said that was one of the designs he was working on, which had not sure if that was engines or portholes or lights. It wasn't too clear, but anyway. And that's the engineer, aerospace engineer, claims that they were working on it back in the 50s. And lastly, John Greenwald was on there, and he confirmed what I said about the Nimitz. Remember I said that there's no indication that the Nimitz is actually aliens at all, but it could easily be our technology. And he's saying here on this episode 3 that his gut feeling is that it was a test on the Navy from their own people, testing out super advanced technology to see how they react. And other people saying no, they wouldn't put their own pilots in danger. Well, that's cobblers, because these pilots are designed for danger, right? So if something went wrong, they'd simply eject. So that's just nonsense talk. No, they wouldn't fly anything through without telling us, blah, blah, blah. I reckon they would, because they want real life test data as a scientist. That makes perfect sense to me. So if they had hypersonic blimps in 1950s and it's now 2004, they're going to have hypersonic drones. So again, it doesn't tell us, it doesn't confirm that it's aliens. But it doesn't mean that some of the sightings are not aliens. So yeah, is that Tic Tac the size of a jet fighter? Owls or aliens? Sounds like there's enough information now that's sort of coming out that suggests it could be owls, and John is saying that the government's still using disinformation and disinformation people to get the story out there to try and confuse the Russians, that it's actually aliens and not US government. So yeah, I think that was the last one. Yeah. So yeah, if you ain't seen the series, go and check it up. Showtime UFOs. It wasn't too bad, but 99% of the UFOs they had on there, you've probably seen it debunked on my channel. UFO Showtime. There you go. I guess that's it. 4 parts. And go and look it up. Showtime series. I think you can find some streams online to watch it. You should be able to work it out yourself by doing a Google search. And then see you later. I thought there was a few drop off there. It's only 4:20 though. I've gone a wee bit early today. Anyway, stream it. There you go. Sneak peek. Mission to expose the truth. Anyway. So let's see what we can find about stealth blimps anyway. Or hypersonic blimps. Let's see if anything has come out since we looked into it. Hypersonic blimp, maybe. Now, that Japanese flight in Alaska, that was another one. Remember that one? JPL something or other. Mothership. I'll just bring it up. Japanese flight, I think it was, Alaska. 1628. Yes, the one. This one. JAL. I got it wrong. JAL, not JPL. JAL. Airspace. JAL 1628 it's called. Have they got any pictures? Anyway, it makes you wonder if what they saw wasn't either one of those blimps or the mothership they docked to had come down for some reason by accident. So but they talked about UFOs flying to and from it. So it doesn't mean that we also have UFOs. If that turns out to be our Black Ops technology, then it makes sense why they would scoop up all the data there just to try and hide it, same as the Nimitz thing. Because they don't want the Russians to know they've got some sort of airborne mothership that's can put payload into space and do away with SpaceX. And Virgin, because they already had it for 50 years. Looks like there's no pictures of it. Images. These images, I can't see it. More images. Why is it not in the list? There he is there. But it's got other stuff there. So let's type it in JAL 1628. Oh, 38. There he is. Doesn't look too happy there though, does he? But he's obviously talking about that it's flying off to the side of him. So they saw this big mothership like this. So could that be like one of those docking stations? That looks like it could be like the middle bit of it, and the blimps attached to around the outside of it. I wish we knew the truth. It would be good if Americans could come out and say, yeah, that is our technology. Or they could say, no, it wasn't our technology. This is what our stealth blimp looks like. This is something totally different. It's not ours. We don't know if it's Russian. And we don't know if it's alien. And that would be really good. That would at least give us something to go on. But that's the size of several jumbo jets, wasn't it? It was like 5 jumbo jets in size. Kind of matches the size of the Phoenix Lights craft would be, wouldn't it? I think he's got a picture of the plane next to it somewhere here. For scale, somewhere. I was seeing it somewhere on one of these images. It's got the plane there. We've got a picture of a plane there. I think it was on that one, but I can't see it. I think it was somewhere down there, was it? Could be like could be 10 plane lengths long. I know I had drawn it somewhere. Oh, here's a close-up. Oh, there you go. It is a plane. That little thing there is the size of his plane compared to the mothership. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's about 10 planes bigger. That's just amazing. So, Hypersonic 2011 Iron Drive. What's this one here? Let's have a look at that one. Recorder flight is step towards hypersonic space airship. Well, they already had it. The engineer already has said so. Whistleblower, I guess. Rumor has it Apple up and coming iPhone 13 can directly use satellites in low orbit for communication. Well, that'll do away with satellite phones, won't it? So how are they going to do that? They must have improved the antenna technology on it. Amazing stuff. Tinfoil, what's tonight's mystery? Some of it's in the description if you have a look. Or you can scroll back and watch the beginning. Okay, let's see if we can find what else we can find. We talk giant V-shaped airships. Phoenix Lights 2020. Okay, let's have a look at that one. The War Zone. And there's that big blimp. And there's that guy. It's on the Showtime. So, yeah, he's been out before. February 2020. So we could put that article in because it goes in with the Showtime. Hypersonic BLIMPs. JP Aerospace. Is there anything else on here that we don't know about? Edge of space, which we already worked out. So 100 kilometers up. Here's another one of the docking. Right, so they got solar cells, solar panels. Here's the ship coming up to dock, and it goes into where? It's got to connect in between the V shapes. What's that? Flight of a small scale duck sky station testbed. Sci-fi, isn't it? There you go. So what's that from? His records? Tandem airship to 80,000 feet in 2010. So it was a prototype. Okay. 2,000 feet in length. That's pretty big. Now what's going on here? So went on there. I think it's wrong. My magnifier. Alright. And now it's behaving. Yep. So alright, we've got some more pictures. Here's some of his experiments. So it seems to be like the real deal, doesn't it? Inflatable micro-meteoroid paraglider. Was to create the infrastructure for manned Earth to orbit travel, which consists of 3 stages. Looks like some things they're building. Submarine developed. Well, there you go. They're even mucking around with underwater stuff, you know, and what happened in Nimitz encounter. Working on manned submarine to test pressurization. Would be necessary aboard the manned ship or dark sky station. So there we go, we got a name for it, dark sky station. You heard it first on the drive, and secondly on the Out There channel. Search on Google for it. And here you go. Comes up with the same page. But it reckons it's got 145 million, so it's definitely not new. That sky station is our platform at the edge of space. JP Aerospace is on their main page even. Look, they're advertising it. Yeah, it's even got more pictures here. Definitely looks like they're working on it. Unless it's really good disinformation to draw us away from aliens, it's possible. What else we got? Nothing. It's variations in dark sky station. By the looks of it, I suppose you have to put it in quotes, and that will give us the true results. 9,000 pages now. Airships to orbit. Airship groomed for flight. Edge of space. 2004. Let's have a look at that one. And there we go. And we're doing that already back in the 50s. So this is obviously the commercial known one. 2011. Float into space. Airship to orbit program. Doesn't have a date on that. I suppose I'm running out of time. Might have to move on. But yeah, I find this stuff fascinating. We're always finding stuff to have to keep researching. And it's starting to connect all the dots now. But like some of the early UFO sightings that turned out to be the B2 and what is it, the F117 or whatever it's called. NASA space flights. So NASA must have known about this, you know, floating into deep space, 2014, dark station. So it's been known for quite a while, this thing. And it's only just showing up on a TV episode for the first time, as far as I understand. I don't think I've heard it on any other UFO documentary. And it's been around. As long as you knew what to look for, you could find it in Google. But that's what you call hiding information in plain sight, isn't it? Don't call it UFO. Call it dark sky station. Don't call it mothership. Kind of reminds me of that old series. Remember that one called Captain Scarlet? Captain Scarlet. And they had these floating aircraft carrier back to 1960s. So it makes you wonder if they knew something back then too. Yeah, because these are puppets. In the line of Thunderbirds, right? This was a branch off. And they had these cars where they sat in the back and they drove it with cameras, of all things. Seems a bit futuristic, but that's what they're doing nowadays, isn't it? And if you crash, you're more likely to survive a crash at high speed. Now here's one of these things. Now that would be worth quite a lot of money nowadays, so it would be collectible. It's actually quite a good series, even now, you know, even though it's puppets. But yeah, where's the mothership? Here we go. That's aboard the mothership, I think. And of course the aliens were evil. What they call them? The Mysterions. Mysterions? And the Mysterions. What was the thing up in the sky called though? Spectrum. There we go. Spectrum it was called. I'm not sure what it stood for. No, it's the organisation name. Where's the mothership? And there's the fighters. It brings back memories. Is that the mothership? Passenger jet. No. Oh, here we go. What's that thing called? That's only the top half of it. Spectrum. Oh, here it is. What's that damn thing called? Cloudbase. Of course, and it had these big jet engines that are pushing air current down. I'm not sure how well that would work actually. How much energy you would need for that. That'd have to be nuclear powered or fusion power or something, wouldn't it? Certainly not helium based. Like if they had like big rubber tubes underneath, it'd make more sense. Yeah. It makes you wonder if they knew something though. Dark sky, clouds base. Near space in a balloon. Anyway, we're trying to find hypersonic hybrid airship, Lockheed Martin. What's this one? Deliver heavy cargo and personnel to remote locations around the world. And of course cargo to Cloudbase, whatever it's called. Dark Sky Station. And there we go. Airship sets altitude records. Hypersonic aircraft sent into space. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Says video though. Alright. So that's their space platform again, isn't it? Don't want no sound. It's got lots of sound. What's that? The X1? Look at that thing there. So it's like a Concorde with a smaller Concorde that goes into the rear end. Here's one of the wing going around. These are all the crazy things they're experimenting with. A space shuttle. Early version of it, I guess. I've only got two people with us now. Tinfoil gone. Jasper gone. I think JD's gone. I've got 2 left. That's all. I'll wrap up soon. People don't want to hang around. Never know what we'll stumble across though. And go through all this. Can giant airships accelerate to orbit? 2017 hypersonic flight. Okay, we've got some more pictures here. That one looks like the Thunderbirds. Now here's one of these radar blimps. Balloons, ultraflights, airship blimps. The best known examples of hypersonic aircraft. 2009. 2009 hang glider, first one. Hang glider, jet, space shuttle. Yeah, where's all the secret ones? That's stupid. X-51 Wave Rider, hypersonic jet ambitions. Let's have a look at that one. 2012. Aha. What's that look like to you? Looks like a damn Tic Tac, doesn't it? It's got the right shape. It's got the little fins on it. 2012. Dreams able to fly from New York to London in a matter of an hour. Wave Rider, because it literally rides its own shockwave and is powered by a scramjet, a variation of the traditional ramjet, where the exhaust from fuel combustion is compressed and goes through the engine. But the Pentagon has also looked at a number of rocket boosted gliders and more complicated reusable aircraft powered by a combination of turbine, ramjet engines and other designs. Indeed, hypersonics has a mixed history littered with bodies of cancelled test vehicles. Yeah, but they've been doing it since the 1950s. We know that now from that engineer. The program, however, is based on the design of the Falcon Hypersonic Test Vehicle 2, or HTV-2, an unmanned glider that can travel at speeds up to Mach 20, but suffered 2 various catastrophic failures. The HT was designed to be launched off a rocket, then glide unpowered. But in its first flight, the vehicle began to spin like a football. That's no good. And eventually crashing. The second flight also failed. Once was considered as a candidate for a mission known as Prompt Global Strike, a weapon that could travel anywhere in the world within an hour. Holy moly. So if they're doing that back then, what they got now? For critics of the HTV-2, well, they need that in the Middle East, don't they? I suppose now they're gone, and they could level it with all this high technology that's meant to be available. Taliban gone in one instant. DARPA's decision to continue with a vehicle that already failed. Bad design. I wonder if there's any picture of it. Hypersonic technology. Here it is. And what does that look like? Looks like that aurora that they keep talking about. They said it was like a glider though. That's no way a glider. HTV1. That looks like what a lot of people see in the skies. MDV. There you go, guys. Could be some of the sightings that you're seeing. Be one of those. Can we get a close up of it? Now this changes everything quite a lot, as far as I'm concerned. Puts more doubt on these 1%ers. Obviously these ain't going to be hovering though over houses or forests, are they? But these ones with the triangle craft TR3B, I think this kind of explains it. These stealth blimps, the hypersonic blimps, and these gliders. First flight May 2009. And I reckon they've been experimenting with this for a long time. Conceptual design, vision vehicle. Defense talk. Ready to launch. There's a lot of reading. I'll put the link to it anyway. Defense talk. Interesting site. Triangle. Definitely a triangle. I'll call it TR3B. It does look like it. And did I see they got it up to Mach 15? Here we go. Mach 20. So Americans have got this technology. And they should be using it on Middle East. They never know what they're hitting. And of course, Biden's left one on the tarmac for them to use against themselves. What a disaster. They changed how Trump was going to do it, and they paid the price. You know, Trump had it already planned, so there'll be no loss of life. Falcon 5 times real time. So we got a movie of it. And look at this. That looks like SpaceX here. Look. Where the doors, what do you call it? The doors break away and leave the payload. And there's the payload. So it's one of these TR3Bs on the nose. So it gets it high up there and then it glides back down. So could that be what they've been seeing a lot of time coming across the California coastline there? Some of these experiments returning back to base. DARPA. Where is DARPA located? Top secret probably. Where is DARPA? Probably everywhere. Okay, it's probably a head office, but that's about it. Virginia. Headquarters, there you go. So where's the experiments being taking place though? It's got to be out in the deserts. Now you can visit them. Should we go and visit them? Yeah, sure. If I was in America. Okay. So what happened is this ended up spinning around out of control. So they said. But you think they could solve that problem? All the same pictures. $13,000 mph jet. Makes you wonder if they're using SpaceX technology as well. Man, that so looks like a TR-3B. And the early one is black as well. What? But here they got it painted white, so nah, I don't think so. Is it possible they could have it float though? Could it hover? Who knows? That's sort of thrown things in a new direction, hasn't it? Global strike bomber. See, why aren't they using that in the Middle East? Maybe we've yet to see it happen. Maybe in the next month. Anyway, better move on. Like I said, you never know what you're going to find when you do some research and real-time stuff. See, I never knew any of this today until now. Unmanned airship soars 90,000 feet above Earth. Is that big tube thing again? No, it's that experimental platform. Doesn't look much, but obviously they got enough data from it to use it on some serious stuff. Venus, atmospheric, sonic aircraft. Yeah. Okay, we better look at some other stuff. We can always resume more of this another day, I guess. See what else we can find. Blimp vs U-boat. So there's no reason why a blimp couldn't even be a U-boat as well. If you eject all the hydrogen, it certainly would sink. But you don't want to keep losing the hydrogen, you want to reuse it though, don't you? I wonder if you can compress it back into a liquid, then it becomes heavy. If you could do it very fast. That's a good question. Compressing helium to liquid. You can cool down helium gas to a few degrees above zero. This is achieved by compressing the gas then expelling it through a small nozzle. Expands rapidly and is superfluid. See, this could be part of the trick to having lighter than air versus going into water. So this is another thing to look into. Superfluids. Getting it cold enough to turn it into a superfluid. And weren't UFOs meant to be super cold? So this could be something else that sort of connects the dots. What is it? Geogenic helium reliquefier. So what is all that stuff? Liquid helium. Only at extremely low temperature. So if they could rapidly convert gas back into liquid, so it's not lost, they certainly lose buoyancy and come down pretty quick. Go into the sea, go underwater. Wonder how fast they could do it though. See, I think that's one of the possibilities here. And I only just thought about that, science-wise. How fast? How fast would it take though? Liquid helium wired 2012. Shortage of birthday balloons, a pretty low priority. They were saying that the Earth was going to run out of helium until they found another pocket in America. Apparently it's trapped into little pores of porous rock. And somehow they blast it and it pops out and they get helium gas from it. So yeah, that's another research project there. Quantum design. Nearly 1/3 of overall helium in US was used in cryogenic form. For example, as liquid helium. Into liquid, yes you can. And I think it's going to be used in UFO technology, if not black ops, blimps. So, how much helium left? They say what happens is when you release it from the balloons, it goes up to the edge of space and it keeps on going. Eventually the solar wind drags it off. In 2014, the US State Department established that there was 1,100 billion cubic feet of helium reserves left on Earth. So it'll run out eventually. That's enough for 117 more years. Well, that's not very long, is it? So they're going to have to go out into space and find more pockets of it. The dire helium storage, vastly inflated. That's only 100 years, so who cares? Anyway, Better get going. No more research. No more. So let's have a look at, wrap it up with some third face, I suppose. Something different. So let's see. We got one video up. We got a letter O balloon, is it? Third phase.
Welcome back to Third Phase. Are wondering what the heck is going on above our heads? We're getting a close look, and right now the illuminance from this craft.
Yeah, so what type of camera is it, first of all? Kind of looks like a night vision, is it? Is that a colour night vision? Or a regular camera? You can see how exposed the cross is there. And it looks like it's Mexico, is it?
Sun, and we're gonna get a close look at this.
He said Jamie Masson there. It's
kind of crazy illuminated donut flying in the sky. We're looking at this very closely. We're slowing it down. This came in from Jaime Maussan, and we're gonna get a close look at this.
We know it's going to be a balloon if it's from that guy. Come on, they know it's a damn balloon. But how's it being illuminated? We know it's a number balloon straight away. And it's to do with helium. Helium number balloon. And the letter O is... Go away. Come on. And they can get quite big. They can be up to 40 inches, these numbers. So you can see how big they are there of the lady. Or the girl. Fairly big, 6 foot. And it'll be one of these here. And they come in different sizes and shapes, of course. Which shape is theirs looking like?
Is this legit, or is this some possible...
Okay, it looks more like an O rather than a number. But it kind of looks like that one there, though, doesn't it? Just overexposed. So some are more round, some are more oval. Round one, here we go. Helium balloons. Do they put LEDs in them now to make them glow? Let's find out. LEDs. Has that got lights in it? Doesn't say. I'm not seeing any numbers lit up here though. I think it might be just overexposed, or it might be a night vision camera with a light from the, maybe the church, because it's flying near a church. Seems to be well lit up. Yeah, look. Somehow illuminating it from the lights.
We're gonna get a close look at this. Is this legit, or is this some possible massive hoax? All right, we're getting a close look, and right now the illuminance from this craft, this donut-shaped craft, seems legitimate. Brett, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, this thing's pretty wild. Look at the erratic maneuvers it's doing, and it's creating this donut shape like we're seeing right here. again, could this be CGI and manipulated? I like the features, though. It's still curious. Everything around it seems kind of legitimate. Even the pixels around the close-up, the dynamics around this craft.
Of course, it's a legitimate. They know it's a damn balloon.
If that's what it is outstanding. But still, looking at this thing and not really having a source behind it, I'm still suspect to what we're looking at here. Even though it's fantastic, we're sharing it right now. But then again, I'm still leaning maybe towards CGI. What? Now, look at this new video. Again, coming in.
CGI my foot.
From South America. What are we looking at here, Blake?
So they skimmed over that one pretty quick, didn't they? And they didn't say what type of camera it was. This is always a problem with these fraud channels. Fraud UFO channels out there. Muddy in the water. Yeah, I was just trying to find some illuminated numbers. I don't see why it can't be. See, these ones are mostly mylar, right? But can you get latex ones? If you can get latex ones, that means you can light it up quite well from within. Are they latex? Says 4, so they've got to be mylar. .40-inch. Not seeing any with LEDs, and I'd say that would be like illuminated with the city lights or something. And just the settings on the camera. I don't think they've got LED ones of numbers yet, but I could be wrong. Let's try mylar balloon. LEDs. Let's have a look. What the hell's that? Glow tint. What is that used for? Growing weed. Must be, surely, eh? That looks like a weed thing. Mylar LEDs, balloons. And normally latex lighted ones. But I'm not sure. If they got other ones with lights on. don't see why not. We just have to keep an eye on it. Anyway, on to the next one. What's this?
Again, we're getting these craft coming in from all the places that we expect. In the region of Mexico and beyond, we even have more illuminated lights that resemble
Okay, that looks like a LED kite, doesn't it, this time?
the same exact thing that we're just looking at. And this maybe could confirm that whatever's going on.
See, that looks like it's a spinning row of LEDs on a kite that you can't see because it's black.
Is on a consistent basis, and we have different angles from different sources, so this is proving a lot. Look at, we have one from 2021 just earlier in Phoenix, and now in
so totally different. One's rotating LEDs on a kite, and that's definitely overexposed.
this region of this crazy ring shaped object that's performing maneuvers that seems unconventional. This isn't a drone, and if this isn't CGI, then what the heck is it? This is something that needs to be seen. So if you're joining us right now, tell your friends Third Phase of Moon's live, because we got a lot of UFO sightings coming up in this episode.
They're live, but their brains are dead. Hang on. So any people down here telling them what it is? Okay, we've got more to go. They're calling it the Halo. Love your program. These people are just crazy. So we got some crows coming up, so we'll have a watch of those. No one said balloon to the first two. The first one. Yeah, we'll keep on going then. Maybe something better coming up. Hey.
Yeah, you see it piling in. That's great. All
What's the news? You've pretty much missed most of the show. You have to go back and watch it. Was it? We're just wrapping up with some third phase debunking. Something's happened here again, hasn't it? Yep.
all the regulars are friends. The third phasers, you guys rock. Again,
He's got a lot of stuff out.
Oh, it's very loud. What are we watching now? Birds. This is the crows, is it? That's very loud.
All right, we're looking at the video, and some people right away are saying that this could be just a flock of birds. Let's just zoom in.
No shit, Einstein. And everything else like birds there. Crows.
Get a closer look and see if these guys are birds or not, because what we're looking at this moment is some kind of squadron of UFOs, in my opinion.
Birds are now UFOs. Can't keep it zoomed in, guys, can you? Do we have to do it here? Let's see if I can get it working. I can't. It's all screwed up again. We've been sabotaged again. What's going on? It's running really slow. Yeah, it's working now. Alright, back to it. We didn't have that trouble with the Microsoft mouse. Only this one.
Brent, I want to get your thoughts here.
Don't get his thoughts. Don't do it. Let's try it slow speed. And mute it. And it's... Oh, I pushed the wrong button again. Let's zoom in. If it's gonna work. It's not working. Yeah, it says it birds. Or fighter jets. And not zooming in for us, are they? I think I can see wings flapping there. So it sort of blinks. That's got to be the wings flapping. I've lost my zoom again, haven't I? The zooming's not working properly. I should be able to go down to a few pixels on that. There's something crazy going on, look. It's like something keeps taking over the cursor. They've been getting. Man in Black are getting me. Let's just close that down. My mouth is going all over the place. It's probably almost time to give up, is it? Reset that. No, it's not doing it. Let's run that. Okay. Can we zoom in now? Well, that's working. Glitch. Yeah, that's working there at the moment. Let's go back. Leave us alone, Men in Black. We don't need to be hacked. And it's gone too big here. Yep. Stupid damn thing. Alright. We still got it on slow motion. Terrible pixel UFOs. Yeah, we can zoom right in now. But where they gone to? Where they gone? Oh, there. Oh, out of focus. Great filming. That's not even in focus. Where is it? Here we go. Now, can we see wings flapping? I think we can. It's pretty crappy though. Well, that's not really good picture, is it? Looks like they're gliding. You can see the wings are in a V shape there. Crows. Just damn birds, is it? Has to be. So we got their speed.
They're moving super quick. If they have some kind of AI technology, this is something that we're looking at right now. We're going to have to rule out birds, right?
Yeah, as soon as I showed one of our friends this video, he said, look, it looks like you can see the wings flapping on it. He thought it was birds legitimately, but when we move in, we could tell that these are something that is mechanical, something new, high tech.
Bullshit.
He actually manages to hold the camera pretty steady and zoom in to get a clear shot of these drones display in the sky. And right now, I don't think they're fighter pilots or some kind of small aerial craft with humans piloting these things. It's way too small, way too high. There has to be some kind of artificial intelligence that is controlling these things.
Oh,
in the
very
skies.
small aliens called birds. Bird brains.
Are these unmanned drones?
Yeah, you can see the wings flapping. They're gliding on the air current now. Normally they flap their wings once in a while, don't they, on air currents? Crows, air currents, let's see. Probably ravens, probably. Crows, gliding. Kind of looks like them, a V shape. That's what they look like, little triangle blobs. Yeah, I think it's crow. Gliding on air current, quite high up here. And when we zoomed in, did it look like over here? It sure did, didn't it? It very much looked like that. It definitely looked like that. Anyway, not that they zoomed in much and did any comparison, but definitely looks like that to me. Like those pictures we just looked at. Look. Let's just enhance that then, shall we? I suppose we got time. What's the time? Oh, 5:30. I say we got time, but time's flying. Let's just grab that bunch there. Hey, JD still with us. I thought you'd gone. At least we got one moderator in the house. That's more than we normally have. I think people have been okay alright tonight. I haven't really looked over all the chats. I think everybody's been respectful. Let's see if it looks like crows. Out of focus. Let's see if we can sharpen it. It's amazing how those guys can talk about crap and they get so many views and people defend them all the time. Yet when I do proper analysis on it, I hardly have anyone show up and they give me a hard time. Why is that not sharpening? Alright, here we go. Yeah, so from the sharpen it's going to blur it a wee bit. Kind of looks like crows to me. Or blobs in the sky. So that's one wing here. Going this way, body, another wing coming up here. There's the classic, the V shape happening. That one's got a body on it there. See, it makes it too thick when we do it too much. Birds. What do you reckon, crows? What's the consensus in the side chat? Let's try some color swap. Brightness. Still out of focus, but there's the V shape happening, gliding on wind. Color swap, I don't think it's going to do us much good. We can see it's not CGI. You can see all the different cloud layers there. And no blocks around it. Crows. Or drones with AI, as they say. They're funny, those guys. They're really funny. So yeah, can't do much with it, but definitely looks like crows.
Whatever it is, we could tell the synchronicity between what's traveling in the skies. We know it's not random, they're controlled, and for what? That's a big question.
Absolutely. Now let's get to the second video captured by the Sea to Shatter. This is going to blow you away. A swarm of crows surrounding some kind of unusual object. Take a look at this.
More crows that are not gliding this time. Yeah, this is an old video that I've debunked already. So these ones are closer, and now you're getting the same shapes happening. See, there you go. There's the V shapes happening as it's gliding around in a circle. That matches the last video. But these ones are not gliding. That one's gliding. That one's coming around. Oh yeah, this is a advertising blimp, I think, if I remember right. So let me just keep going. Advertising blimp for a donut. I think it's a donut thing. Advertising blimp. Advertising balloon donuts. Has a hole in the middle, I think. Donut. America. There you go. So what's that one? Large lads. Now, do any of them have an advertising thing that goes up in the sky, though? Well, they got a blimp. Okay, here we go. Donut shaped UFO. That's a number again. Here's a flock of birds around. Alright. Not sure what it is. Being launched. Not too sure what they mean by that. Donut King. They have a blimp thing. Well, this one here, orange air inflatable. What's these ones here? Could it be those? Subway. Let's go back to the video.
Alien.
A natural display of an aerial phenomenon in regards to crows possibly interacting with some kind of UFO, a magnetic field that attracts the birds in a flock surrounding this unusual object. Is this maybe just a balloon floating away? I would see why.
Well, could it be a balloon attached to like a vendor van, and they're following the vendor van because it's got a load of food around it?
The crows would have no reason to surround it. It seems like they're actually attracted to it. Very strange video. Let's get a closer look. All right, Brett, you're looking at this. I want to get your thoughts.
Zoom in.
Tether, and that's a big question. Is there a tether on this? Is it
Of course there
an
is.
advertisement balloon or some sort of
There you go. They knew it was an advertising balloon.
man-made object? We're not sure what we're looking at. I'm seeing the crows,
We're not sure, but we think it's an advertising balloon.
which I find fascinating. It seems like it flies in front of this object. It gives some sort of dimension, a mass to it. How large do you think this is, Blake?
Well, we're trying to get a
2
good close-up
meters.
on it, and right now I can speculate. It seems like they're surrounding this thing. So I'd have to...
Is it surrounding it, or are they surrounding something else here? Like a rubbish truck.
to estimate from the size of a crow and whatever the distance is from the cameraman himself to the object, I would have to say it would be at least 15 to 25 feet in its formation, whatever it is.
You can't tell the size from a video unless you got multiple angles and reference points.
Be CGI. I'm going to ask that question, and it looks like we can't explain it. I don't see any really faults to it. I do like that the crows are flying in front of it. It gives a moment.
I bet we
that
could see
I
a
think this is
tiffer.
real. I think that the sea to shatter captured something legitimate inner skies.
Yeah, balloon. I'm not going to bother with it though. It's fairly obvious. Alright, we're going to wrap up in a minute anyway. Coming up to dinner time here. Already in 3 hours. What are we looking at here? Reflection of a window. Is it? It's a bit hard to tell. Ah, I know what that is. See how it's moving? That's a kite. That's an LED kite in the wind. See how it's wobbling? That's one of these LED kites. Far away though. And it's changing colours, I think. LED kites.
ET has submitted videos to us in the past. He's got another one for us. He captured this, and he says it's a super clear video, and he filmed it just the other night over Brick Hill Woods in Milton Keynes in the UK. So let me tell you guys.
Well, you can see
this
it's
is interesting
LEDs.
stuff. We're getting a close look up at it, and I got a feeling it could be a drone, but I may be wrong. You never know. These lights kind of give it away, but other people might say, you never know. Maybe they just want to make communication through their own color system. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a no sound coming from this, as rumor has ET states, and we could hear in the video, there's nothing coming from this object. It's pretty silent, and if it were a drone up there disguised as a UFO, you would think you would hear
You
it.
can see it as a LED kite. So, I'm not sure if we're going to find it or not, but we'll try it. LED kite. Similar to this one, probably. Nope. 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 Could be. Not seeing the one with the pattern or the LED pattern, but I think it's something like this here with the right lit up LED pattern. Let me see. It's got to be triangle one. I think it's this one here. With different light pattern on, a bit like that one there. This is the same kite, out of focus though. It's quite big. Although we can't find a comparison. You just have to take my word for it, I think, this time. But certainly something like this one, triangle shape.
Brett, what's your thoughts here?
Yeah, rumor has ET has submitted a couple videos, and each one I could tell they're not CGI, and that's the best part. What we're looking at is real. Now the big question is, what is it? I like that this looks like something out of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the movie. The lights seem to have an attraction to the camera, and just the way it's shot above the pines and those trees, it's a beautiful capture. But again, I'm still leaning towards conventional. Could this be a mocked up drone just to look like a UFO? Absolutely. But again, look at that. It gets close, and then he does some...
So it's got the circular bit going around, and it's got the internal light. So it's a bit a different configuration to that there. There's the circle bit. And it's got those ones turned on around the outside. They can be configured any way you want. Anyway, quickly move on.
nice little stills on this thing.
It's interesting, and I'm still scratching. Give us a big thumbs up. All right, we just gained permission, and this was captured
Yeah, so that one's one we did 8 months ago or so. What did we determine that one as? That's one we did with Charles when he was here. We were wondering if it was like something hanging off the power lines here. Like a stick, you know, like someone's kite that got away. But then we thought maybe it could be a strange shaped cloud that's sort of lingering. And it's just a hole in the cloud. We thought maybe in the end, but maybe.
a couple days ago by the Frontier Final. We're going to be supplying his original link, and he says that he captured this mysterious UFO, a whippersnapper, as
Damn pills.
he describes. Can you guys tell me?
Yeah, I think that might be a puff of smoke from a forest fire, or maybe there's a gap in the cloud there.
What that is in the description, I'm not aware of that, but let me tell you, he said he captured this over the wagon. So
Wagon, what are the couplers? And what else we got?
mistake stars for UFOs as they zoom in, but this isn't a star in my opinion. This
My stomach's going funny on me. I think we looked at that one too and determined it was like a light blue LED balloon.
looks very interesting. It does have this bluish flying disc of...
Yeah, well, it looks like a LED balloon. Anyway, debunked, and it's all recycled old crap from what I saw. Apart from the first one, I wasn't sure on the first one. I think that's new, and didn't they recycle a load of crap after it? Anyway, I'm going to wrap up there, guys. Time for dinner here. If I can eat. The stomach's going funny on me. It goes like that, it goes in cycles. Good night, good night, good night. So good night here. Good night, JD. I'll see you on Discord anyway. And I'll bring up the end credits. End credits. I think it went alright, apart from the magnifier playing up there. And I'll upload it around the place as soon as I can. I still got another episode to do on space bubbles again, and because last time I did it, the video was corrupted. That'll do, I think. There we go.